off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios podcast, or should I say eSIM Tech News, live stream episode number 229 on this Friday afternoon, November 1st, 2024. It's a casual Friday. Normally I'll dress up for these news live streams, but it's casual Friday. Plus it's raining outside, so it's a little overcast here, and did not live stream the last couple of days. I did upload some content though, so how the YouTube algorithms work for those that are content creators out there, and for those that are not, how the algorithm works. If you, to keep your videos in rotation, to keep your videos recommended, so how it works is you can subscribe to our videos. In the past, if you did not subscribe to a content creator or a channel, you would not get recommended content. Now that is all changed. So actually I tested this. I have been testing it. So as weird as it sounds, I don't subscribe to my own channel. And I do that on purpose. I do it on purpose to see if my channel, eSIM Studios, regularly stays in rotation, regularly stays in the algorithm for you, the viewer. So if let's just say I'm not subscribed to my own channel, but I wanted to see if it still recommends my content. Well, guess what? It still does. However, you have to regularly upload stuff, right? Regularly upload to YouTube. So if on days that I don't do a live stream, so how I operate on YouTube, I am currently working my online business and doing YouTube. So I have not transitioned full-time to YouTube. I make money, but not still not money like that. Like, I'm not getting rich on this. It's just a pure hobby I love to do. So I'm still working my online businesses. However, I eventually would like to do YouTube full-time, meaning make enough money on YouTube to support myself, right, and my family. But at the moment, not quite there yet. But how it works is you have to upload something every single day. So as I mentioned, I'm not subscribed to my own channel, yet it still recommends content. So if I upload a video, like I did yesterday, the Flossie Carter AI video, guess what? It'll still be at the very top of my feed when I refresh YouTube, even though I'm not subscribed to my own channel. Now, that includes, so if I don't live stream, I'm going to upload something. You can believe that. Even if it's a 30-second short, even a YouTube short, I upload something. I've uploaded something every single day for the last 2 years. We just hit over 1,000 videos uploaded. So if you 2 years, 365 days, so you're roughly looking at 700 videos if I do a piece of content, a video every day. And we just hit 1,000 mark. So I've uploaded over 1,000 videos in 2 years, which is over 700 days. So that comes out to like 1.1 videos per day. But it is what it is. So I was going to we were going to talk about the S25 special edition yesterday. I was a little under the weather yesterday. That's why I couldn't live stream. I had a migraine headache, and sinuses were acting up. As you know, the allergies here in South Texas are miserable. I talk about it all the time. So you know what? Since I can't live stream, let me whip up a quick AI video and upload it. So, and I've had people in the past. So I've probably done AI Flossie Carter on my channel probably 5 or 6 times. I had somebody about a year ago go snitch to Flossie Carter. Now, what y'all don't know is that I talked to Flossie Carter behind the scenes, and he is 100% fine with me using his likeness as long as I put links to his channel in my video description or wherever I post it. Make sure I tell, I'm not trying to pretend like it is Flossie Carter, right? I'm not trying to pretend like I got him to do a video for me. No, if you go in the description, you'll see I put, this is an AI Flossie Carter. And he actually really enjoys them. He said, hey, every time you make one, send one to me. He gets a kick out of them. So I've talked to him behind the scenes. It's not like he's my best friend or anything, but he knows who I am, and obviously he's my favorite YouTuber. Just to let you know, I've been watching him for ever since he's been on YouTube for like 10 years. So he's flattered by it. He doesn't care. So I had somebody go snitch behind my back maybe a year ago. Messaged him. It was like, hey, there's a channel out here using you. And he DM'd me and was like, can you believe this guy? We found a snitch. And I was like, well, we were laughing about it. But it's all good. And look, it's just purely for fun. I'm not trying to make. It would be one thing if I made a whole channel, right, and it was nothing but Flossie Carter videos, right? Or using him as trying to trick people into thinking this was his channel when it's not like that. I have over 1,000 videos, and I think only 6 of them have been AI Flossie Carter. So he's totally fine with it. He gave me his blessing. And I put links to all his channels in the video. So if you go to the video description from yesterday and you look in the video description, it's got links to his website, his YouTube, his Twitter, his Instagram, Snapchat. I think there's like 6 links of his saying, sending people there if they want the real Flossie. So I just thought that would be a funny upload. What happened to Sector Stars? Yeah, it got demonetized. So to let Brian, appreciate you joining us, and he's aware. So I have like 7 YouTube channels, right? And I actually have a lot of stuff in the works for doing podcasts. So this whole AI thing, I'm going to take that to another level. I'm going to do something with each of these YouTube channels. Sector Stars I was sharing with a YouTube friend of mine, and I made the mistake, and shame on me because I knew this. Well, my friend, it was monetized, meaning making money, and he was playing some copyright music, but it was ultimately my dumbass that played some copyrighted music. I was going to go and delete it right away because if you know how YouTube works, there's certain ways to get around things. In that I learned that through experience as far as how to get around a copyright, but it got a copyright strike because I honestly forgot to delete. So you can play copywritten music, like real music, on your YouTube channel live, but it's literally as soon as you end the live, you have to delete that video because that's when they do the checks after a live stream. So I got caught up running errands, and I let the live stream go while I left the house, and I came back and got caught up doing something and forgot to delete it right away. YouTube picked it up, found out it was copywritten, and they basically gave me a strike, and now I'm not allowed to do anything on that channel for like 2 months. So like, screw it. But it's just a throwaway channel, at least now it is. But I have more YouTube channels, and I'll put links when I get them up and running. I have plans for... We'll get into the news in just a second. Hang on one second. So the plans that I have a bunch of YouTube channels, right? So what we're going to do is I'll let y'all in on the plans right now. So on one of my YouTube channels that's just sitting there, I'm going to turn it into a tech news channel. Now, I'm not going to show my face on there. Have you seen those AI? Sometimes every now and then you'll see like an AI, how to make money with an AI YouTube channel. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I've had this plans in the works I have had this in my mind forever, just haven't really made the plans to do it, but it's going to be a YouTube channel, all AI, and I'm going to upload a piece of content every day, whatever the big news story in the tech world, and it'll be AI generated, the voices, the pictures, videos you see will all be AI generated. Those are so easy to make. I may make a video on that too in the future, but I'll upload that. It'll be a tech news channel. I'm not gonna. You won't see my face or my voice on there. It's gonna be all AI. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but with a NFL channel, right? So I'm going to do NFL news. It'll all be AI generated. You'll hear, I may do Flossie Carter once or twice, but I'm not trying to overuse his blessing, right? So it'll be generic voice, and for NFL news, right? So there's another one of my hobbies and passions. I don't have time for much, but I do have time for tech and for NFL. Anything else, I just don't have time for. So these should be fairly easy to make. I can make an AI video in less than an hour, right? So I think I can make two. I can make one tech AI video and one NFL AI video in an hour and a half. 2 videos in an hour and a half. It's getting fairly easy now. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll put links for when those channels are ready to go. I got to rebrand them. I got to do new logos, got to do new channel art, channel names and stuff like that, but I'm in the process of doing that. I should have those up and running probably this time next week. I'll have everything up and running, and I'll put links for those in the description below. But I am planning on doing individual content on my own channel. So I have a channel that's in my name, Taylor Bell, that I'm going to do vlogs on. That'll be just me in general. So me throughout the day, right? So tech, sports, and maybe how-to stuff, just like vlogging and stuff. I don't know. And then I have the tech news channel, and I'm also planning on doing a new channel with one of my YouTube buddies. So I'll link it when everything's as they come out. I'll announce it and put links in the description for everybody to all of my other YouTube channels. So I have this one's monetized. I have one more that's monetized. So I have 2 out of the 3 that are monetized. Sector Stores got demonetized and it's on strike. So I think that's screw it. It was a throwaway channel anyways. But let's get into the news. I have an important meeting at 4:25 here in about 30 minutes that I'm gonna have a hard out, meaning obviously I have to get off no matter what here at probably 4:20 because it's at 4:25. So I need a couple minutes to get ready for that. I have a meeting, online meeting. So let's get into the news, right? So we got some very interesting stories. Let's do this. So I want to talk about the S25 special edition. So if you did not see the video that I put out yesterday, very interesting news. So Samsung has some major plans up their hands, and I've been critical of them in the past because if you've been a viewer of this channel, you would know that we talk openly about the iPhone 17 Air that's going to come out. It's going to be their new version, their super slim iPhone, right? It's going to kick the Plus model out and insert the iPhone 17 Air in this upcoming iPhone series, right? Now, I've been critical of Samsung, and even the Samsung CEO was very upset at his mobile division with the release of the Samsung Galaxy Buds because they look like AirPod knockoffs. And I found it hard to believe that the mobile division does not have to run it by the CEO before they release a big-time product. I found that inconceivable, right? If I'm a CEO, especially if Samsung, I want to know everything that's going on. I want to know what washers and dryers we're putting out. I want to know what phones we're putting out, what earbuds we're putting out. I want to know what vacuum cleaners we're putting out. I want to know everything. And I couldn't believe that he found out when we did, essentially, that they were knockoffs. Now, they caught a lot of flack for copying Apple. Now, they're going to catch a lot of flack for copying Apple upon this news. However, interesting because Samsung is planning on releasing this S25 Slim Special Edition before before the iPhone 17 Air. So technically, we don't know who had this idea first, Samsung or Apple. We don't know who actually started working on this project, Samsung or Apple, but Samsung and Apple are both planning on putting out a razor thin phone. Now, when I say razor thin, I'm talking about 4 millimeters thick. 4 millimeters thick. That is insane. Now, we all know that Apple patented this new motherboard technology where they fuse the motherboard and the CPU and the RAM all on one plane, all on one board. It's not soldered on top of the motherboard, which gives it thickness. It's all in one plane. That's how they can do it so razor thin. Apple patented their technology. Now, I'm assuming Samsung has some. I'm trying to find the specifics for everybody. They have to come up with something similar, because how are you going to make a 4 millimeter thick phone if you don't have that technology? So I doubt they're going to infringe on patents. Trust me, Apple, when Samsung comes out with theirs, Apple's going to buy one and take it apart and see if they infringed on any patents. I doubt they would do that. They've been sued in the past, and it's just a major issue that they try to stay away from. So apparently Samsung's figured out some way to make it razor thin. Now, if you don't know how thin this is going to be, let's see. This Pixel 9 Pro XL is roughly 8.9 millimeters thick, so roughly 9 millimeters thick. This new phone is going to be less than half. Well, yeah, right about half. So if you take right where the charger is, and you split it down the middle, so it's literally going to be half the thickness. I mean, it'll be the bottom half. You see where the speaker is right here? If you just take the bottom half of that speaker, that's how thin the phone is going to be. I mean, it's going to be insane, right? It's like a modern technological marvel. I'm definitely getting one. Now, what Samsung plans to do is they're going to test the market. So basically, they don't know what the demand is for a razor thin phone. I personally believe the demand is going to be high. However, it depends on where they price it. That's going to be the key, is the price point. Are they going to price it at a regular flagship price of $1,000? Or are they going to overcharge you like they do for the Z Fold 6, right? Or the Z Fold Special Edition. If you don't know, Samsung already came out with a super slim special edition for their Fold. Now, that's pretty thin for a foldable. It's only 10 millimeters thick when folded, so when it's opened up, it's basically 5 millimeters thick. Very, very, very thin. It's going to be the same principle as the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, because it was launched roughly 3 months after the original Z Fold 6. Samsung's going to do the same thing with this S25 Special Edition. So Samsung's going to release the S25 series. You're going to get the S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. 3 months later, you're going to get the S25 Special Edition. Now, depending on how much demand there is and how many they sell of the super slim model, the Special Edition, that's going to determine the S26 model the year later. Because if the demand is super high, Samsung sold out of the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, the super slim one, in 10 minutes. 10 minutes online. So they know they have something there, and the demand for that, it sold out so fast that Samsung was like, well, maybe we got something on our hands here. Let's do a slim model for the S25 series. Let's do a slim model for the Galaxy S series. And that's what they're doing. If there's very high demand, they're going to continue to implement that. Now, what we don't know is, will it be an individual model itself, kind of like Apple's doing, right? So Apple's going to have the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, but they're also going to give you an iPhone 17 Air if you want it to be razor thin. And I think Samsung's going to do the same thing. Now, technically, there's a possibility they could make all of them thin. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you need to have a regular thickness phone, but have an optional razor thin phone. And I think that's what's going to happen. Now, Samsung is also talking about getting rid of the base model. You're going to see a base model, the small 6.3 inch S25. You're going to see the S25 base model. But for the S26 series, it looks like they're going to get rid of the base model. It looks like you're just going to have a Plus and you're just going to have an Ultra. Now, I'm guessing they're going to replace the base model, the small one, with the special edition. So I think you'll have basically the small phone form factor is basically going to go away. I believe they're going to do I believe you'll see an S26 Plus, S26 Ultra, and a S26 Special Edition on the same day. So they're releasing it staggered this year for the S25, and that's just to basically test the market. And then if it's a hit, which I believe it is, I cannot wait for it. I get very excited about this. Then you're going to see it launched alongside the regular S26 series. Sorry, I got so many numbers in my head. So anyways, now here's the one thing that you have to worry about when you manufacture these. Is it going to bend easily? Probably. If y'all remember the iPhone 6S, that was the bend gate. That was when Apple made those out of aluminum, and they would bend easy. So how they construct these, you have to think they probably know. Well, definitely they know that. And going into research and development, R&D of this new phone model, that's gonna play a part, right? So these will probably be premium devices. Well, obviously, so they're probably going to construct them of titanium, which is very strong, very light. Use a full titanium frame, mid-frame, and construct it around that to give it some rigidness, so it's not gonna just snap easy, like a piece of foil or something. Because that's stuff you got to worry about. So, and some other changes are along the horizon. Samsung is also thinking about dropping the Galaxy name. So they're thinking about a rebranding for the name, and that's probably going to go into play with this new special edition model. Now, they're going to keep the Samsung Galaxy S for this S25 series, but all the changes moving forward into the future are going to be with this S26. So how the S25 special edition goes into play, how it sells, the demand for it, probably going to be revamped Samsung flagship phones for the S26. So you'll see an S26 Special Edition, S26 Plus, S26 Ultra, but you're going to see a name change. So it might technically not be called the S. I bet they'll keep the S, but I think they're going to drop the Galaxy. Some other rumors that I've heard is that they are going to do it with the Ultra name, right? So instead of the S24 Ultra or S25 Ultra or S26 Ultra, it would be called... I think I've heard rumors that they're going back to the Note branding for the Ultra that comes with the pin. So it'd be the S26 Note, or what do they call it? What was the old ones called? Samsung Galaxy Note 20. So it'd be the Note 26, and then keep the S26 and S26 Plus, S26 Special Edition. Something like that. But just be on the lookout. Just be aware that Samsung is looking to drop the Galaxy, because nobody says Galaxy anymore. And that's why sometimes I wonder, should I even put Galaxy when I title videos? Because nobody says Galaxy anymore. They just say, oh, the new S24, S24 Plus. Nobody uses the Galaxy term anymore. But that's what a lot of people know them by. Oh, you got a Galaxy phone, right? A Samsung Galaxy? I mean, my dad, who's 65, he still calls them that. Is that the new Galaxy phone? Yeah, sure is. So, they dropped the ball with no pen support. They are like Apple sandbagging their Z line. Check this out. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition does support S Pen. So they did put in the digitizer under the screen for S Pen support. So you can use an S Pen with the new Jesus Christ. You can use an S Pen with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 Special Edition. At the very last second, they did implement a digitizer, so they took it out. So that's actually an extra layer that goes under the display. These are getting so thin that they cannot even risk, sometimes can't even risk putting in a 1/10 of a millimeter strip of digitizer that picks up pen support. But they snuck it in at the very end when designing the Z Fold 6 Special Edition. From what I don't have the phone, but from what I understand, it supports it. So I think that's crucial. I think that's very crucial. Now, cool thing with Samsung is you can actually buy a what do they call it? S Pen Pro for like tablets. All the S Pens, whether you buy it for a tablet or buy it for the S24 Ultra, will work across those devices. So you can use the S Pen from an S24 Ultra on a tablet, or vice versa. You can use the tablet that comes with your tablet, the S Pen with that. You can use it with an S24 Ultra. So they're all interchangeable. Yeah, Samsung with the Z Fold 6 Special Edition, it does support S Pen. So I would expect them to keep that moving forward, because that would be hit us in the gut for our Samsung people. Gotta support it. Gotta support S Pen on something like that. So they did implement it at the very end. So if you want, I actually have, if you go to esimstudios.com, that goes to my news blog. esimstudios.com, that goes to my news blog. I have all the information, all these stores we're talking about. I'm going to link them in the videos in the description. You can go there for all of your tech news, and it's quick. I don't write long articles that have you wasting your time. I do maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs that is just the gist of the story, all the info you need, no fluff, no extras. And I actually put an AI overview of like bullet points of the story, and then if you want to continue and read the gist of the story, I have the story underneath the bullet points. Because I hate reading. I love news. I love reading articles. I grew up listening to news talk radio with my dad. I grew up reading newspapers. I'm old school. I like the news. But I hate reading fluff. And you know why they do it? It's 'cause for Google AdSense. For these websites that get monetized, that can put Google ads on them, the stories have to be over 1,000 words to be monetized, or the majority of them. So if your stories for each story is less than 1,000 words, Google AdSense really doesn't want to monetize your website. I said, you know what, screw it. I already have a couple monetized websites, so it's not a big deal, but I just wanted to make something for people that just wanted the news, just wanted the information, and no extra crap. Because when you go to Android Headlines, when you go to Android Authority and you pull up an article, it's just fluff, and they got ads all over the place. You go to esimstudios.com, no ads, just the information. Please check it out. It's very cool. I've put a lot of time into that over the last week or two to make it look presentable. I've always had that, but I put some extra work into that site to get it looking good. So just the news, just the information, nothing else. All right, let's move on. I got a All right, check this out. Let's see here. Let's go to, what do you know? Quick share is like, it's like a child that you see growing up. It's like, wow, they've come so far. So far. No, little Johnny's grown up to be such a big, a nice-looking young man. Oh, Quick Share's grown up to be a nice-looking boy, man. Let me tell you, he's a handsome little fella right there. So Quick Share used to be like a throwaway app. Quick Share used to be a Samsung exclusive application. And Google had something similar called Nearby Share. That sucked. Never used liking it. Now, Quick Share, that was Samsung only, and Nearby Share, similar in the way it transferred files, but different in how it did it. So QuickShare uses a combination of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi if you're using Wi-Fi. Nearby Share was Bluetooth strictly. Now, about a year ago, Samsung and Google, I don't know how they structured the partnership, or I don't know if Google purchased QuickShare from Samsung, but now QuickShare and Nearby Share merged, and now everything is just called QuickShare. Now they merged technologies too, so it's way better than it used to be. And now QuickShare is not just on Samsung devices, it's on all devices running in any version of Android. So Chrome OS, if you have a Chromebook, it's got Nearby Share. If you have a Pixel phone, it comes with Nearby Share. If you have a Samsung Galaxy phone, it comes with QuickShare. And it uses the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi technology. So it's gotten a lot better. I rarely have any failures when I transfer files. Cool thing is too, you can transfer a whole movie if you wanted to, or a video. And you can close out. I mean, you can swipe it away and go to another application and it still works in the background. Now, Google is going to bring QuickShare to iOS devices. Yay! So basically, QuickShare was the AirDrop version. For all you iPhone users out there, I know you're like, what the hell? QuickShare is the Android equivalent of your AirDrop, right? So you can send photos to any Android user. If you're using Android and you want to send another Android user the latest eSIM Studios video, or a link, or a picture, take pictures of your kids at the Halloween party and you want to send it to your wife, you can send it QuickShare if she's got Android. You can send anything, any file, right? Just like AirDrop. You can pictures, videos, GIFs, links, text. You can copy and paste text. That was the AirDrop equivalent, but for Android. Now we have QuickShare coming to iOS devices, not just iPhone, all iOS. So that means Google and Samsung are going to collaborate on building a QuickShare iOS application. So you will be able to find the QuickShare application in the Apple App Store. You will be able to use it for iPhone. You'll be able to use it for Macbook. You'll be able to use it for iPad. Anything. So that's good, because I feel like Google's doing way more trying to pair people together than Apple. Apple is never, ever going to give up iMessage. And I know they merged iMessage with RCS to make integration a little bit better for Android users. It still sucks. It was like a false flag. Like, oh yeah, we're going to integrate RCS. It still sucks. Anyways, that's a whole nother video. So Apple will never give up FaceTime to Android users. Apple will never fully give up iMessage to Android users. Apple will never ever, what we got? FaceTime, iMessage, and AirDrop are three things Apple holds on to, and they hold on to dearly. Apple knows those three essential features are what keeps a lot of iPhone users using iPhone. Right? Those are probably their three best features they have to offer, and they will never ever give in to Google. So Google and Samsung are actually making the effort. Okay, so because file sharing, since I've had this iPhone, I don't hardly pick it up because I hate to use it. File sharing is a pain in the ass. Using it is a pain in the ass. And I don't look. I don't use iMessage because nobody I know uses iPhone. My whole family uses Android. My dad uses Android. My mom, she died, she used Android. My sister uses an iPhone. That's the only. I don't really have any friends. All I do is work, and that's about it. Work and YouTube. It's like I don't really have any like close friends that have iPhones. My sister has an iPhone, and that's it. So I could give two shits about using an iPhone. But file sharing is and I'm in the process of making a video. File sharing is one of the biggest issues between sending a file from an Android phone to an iPhone. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. There we go. Now it works. Pain in the ass. Google's taken that extra step, and now it won't be. So I don't believe QuickShare will be pre-installed on all iPhones. I believe you're going to have to go download QuickShare in the Apple App Store, but iPhone users, please, please, please download this app. It'll make everybody's life a lot easier. Not now. They're in the process of making this application. It's not available just yet, but I believe in around the first quarter. Let me pull up my website. I have the info there. So if you go to esimstudios.com, and I'll put the link in the video description here. Let's see. What is going on here? I'll put a link in the video description, and QuickShare. So Google and Samsung should have this up and running in 2025. It says for iOS, Mac OS, so it'll be available for all Apple products. This will be the only legitimate way to share files between an iPhone or an iOS device and an Android device. Since Apple is not going to make a AirDrop app for Android, Google says, well, then we'll take our file sharing app and upload an application on the Apple App Store so file sharing can be a much easier and nicer process, because it's complete and utter bullshit how the division is too far, it's too wide. And I hate that the fact that it's like one or the other. It's like Republican or Democrat, iPhone or Android, and there's nothing in between. I don't like that. I wish there was a third party in the United States. I wish there was another third party operating system that was popular, right? It's just one or the other, and it's just button heads. For people that use a MacBook but have an Android phone, it's going to make life a lot easier. For people that have a Windows device and also have an iPhone, it's going to make things a lot easier. So I'm going to be very, very happy that they're coming out with this, and I'll keep everybody posted on the development of this application. I'll keep everybody up to date on when we can expect this. Right now, it looks like we're looking at a launch date of mid to early 2025, which seems like a long time, but it'll be here. It's right around the corner. 2025 is going to be here before you know it. And then you have probably January, February, March, April, 4 or 5 months, something like that. And then we should have this. So, look, I dog people out and companies out when they deserve it, when they do make bonehead decisions in products, but I also praise people. Now, it may seem more like pro Google or pro Android, which probably, honestly, I think I am. And I've praised Apple in the past for doing stuff that I think is good or cool. I love to troll Apple, don't get me wrong, but I'm not the typical fanboy, right? Like how there's Apple fanboys. I'm not the typical Pixel fanboy, although we are Team Pixel. But when they do stupid shit, I'm gonna let you know, right? I'm just giving you my honest opinion. This is gonna be, I think people are going to underestimate how big of a move this is, because Apple does not want compatibility. I know they say they do. Apple does not want compatibility. Apple's very cutthroat. They want you buying and using only Apple products, period. They think Android is trash. They walk around with their nose up. They look at my Pixel phone as a piece of shit, when actually it's better than the freaking iPhone. You get the point. So that's why Google needs to be praised for doing this. Samsung got to be praised for doing this, because it's these two companies that have teamed up, but are teaming up and working on this project to make sure that a good file sharing app, an official, I know there's third-party crap out there, but you always wonder about using third-party crap, right? But this will be official tissue, and very happy to see it. So I will bring you all of the info. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I know it's obviously not going to have daily updates, but every, probably once a month or once every 2 months, I'll get some info on this and see where we are on this application. What time is it? I got to get out of here in a few minutes. What else did I have? Google Messages upgrades. So if you're unaware, I was messaging this morning and I was looking at my phone like what, something looks different in the mess. When you're using it and you're like, something looks a little weird. Anyways, Google Messages for Android users out there. There's a new messages that's going to change a little bit the way things look. So they changed their read receipts. Do I have a photo for you? I don't at the moment, but you know what? Look, let me see if I can show you this. Look at the read receipts. You see in the blue? Sorry, it looked a little blurry, but yeah, for Android users, read receipts were always typically underneath the message. So if you type out, I typed out WTF, right? And then normally when the person that gets that WTF, I'll know that they read it from. There used to be two little circles under the message I sent, and then with their hollow, that means the recipient did not read it. When they fill up and they're blue with a check mark, that means the person that got them got the message and saw the message. Now the read receipts are inside the text bubble, right? So they're inside the text bubble. And we have some other upgrades here as well. Let me show you. So now I'm on the beta version. So you can actually go to Google Messages in the Play Store, and underneath the description, it'll say, do you want to get into the beta program of Google Messages? I am. So if you're in the stable build, or maybe you don't know what you have, go to your App Store, Play Store, and install. Go to the Google Messages app, and then it'll tell you watch this. If you have Google Messages beta installed, it'll tell you. Watch. Damn, why is it so blurry? It'll say beta right there. Now, I'm on the beta, which means I'm going to get the latest release, the testing build. Basically, they test the features out first before they officially roll it out, stable build. So if you want to enroll into the beta Google Messages, you will see that. Now, what you're also going to see is you're now going to be able, in Google Messages, Messages will soon let you choose photo resolution before sending it. So if you want to send a video super fast, you might not want to choose 4K 4K video, because it's going to take more data and a little longer to send. It'll give you a couple different options. So Google Messages will soon allow users to choose photo resolution when sending a message. New high definition and high definition plus icons will be available in the photo picker. So when you go to Messages and you hit the plus logo to attach a photo or video, now it'll tell you if you'll be able to send it in HD or HD plus. I'm assuming HD, probably 720p. I would think it's 1080p, and then HD plus would be 1280, or I don't know, something like that. The HD plus option sends images in original resolution, but uses more data, as I mentioned. This feature is similar to WhatsApp photo sending options. WhatsApp recently updated their application, and now you can choose if you want to send a regular resolution or you want to send the original resolution. So that means if you have a original resolution photo or a quick video in 4K, it's going to send it in 4K, right? Now, when is this rolling out? Let's see. This update will enable users to send photos either uncompressed or at lower quality, similar to feature that WhatsApp just updated theirs. In the latest beta version of Messages, users will see the new icons in the photo picker. The HD option will sacrifice image quality for faster sending and reduced data usage, while the HD Plus option preserves the original resolution but requires more data and takes longer to send. The choice made by the user will be indicated by the respective icon and check mark, so be on the lookout for that. I have a hard out here and I gotta run. I have a video conference here in 5 minutes that I must prepare for, so I do appreciate the time. Thank you for joining me today on eSIM Tech News. Brian, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much. And I'll put links for my news blog there down in the video description. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.